Hi everybody, RivalX here, and today we're going to be looking at hunters, survival hunters in particular, the new melee hunter class for the World of Warcraft. We're getting back some of our abilities like Mongoose Bite and Wing Clip and things along those lines that we haven't had in a very long time, so this should be a lot of fun. And remember, the artifact for this one is a spear, so it is a melee weapon, so this should be pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and get started right away. It says that Snowfeather swoops down and hovers expectantly. She has a message. Needs of the hunters. The eagle appears to have a message for you. To Wex. The time has come to strike back at the Legion. Meet me at Hunter's Reach in Dalaran as soon as you can. Emerald Shade Warden. Alright, so my quest objectives here are to speak with Emerald Shade Warden in Dalaran. So let's go ahead and do that. So that's actually right here, right next to us. So that wasn't too far of a trek. Snowfeather delivered my message. Good. We have need of you. Well, she didn't have to fly that far. You could have probably just yelled out the door and saw me. No big deal, though. It says, Needs of the hunters. Your reputation precedes you, Wex. It is important that we speak. Well, we're talking right now. It says, Weapons of Legend. I realize we don't know each other yet, but we will. For now, pleasantries must wait. The Legion's threat forces us to seek every advantage we can muster. These hunters have learned of unique weapons that could prove vital in the battle to come. Then they need a hunter of great ability to aid them in these forays. I ask you to spearhead the first operation. If that is successful, we can recover the others as well. Alright, so my quest objectives here are to select your first artifact weapon to pursue. Well, that didn't take too long. Right off the bat, we're going to pick what we want. Alright, so as I said, we're going to be doing survival today, and as you can see on the screen right now, Beastmaster and Marksmanship, neither one have been implemented, so Titan Strike and Thaz-Dara are going to have to wait for a little bit. But as far as survival is concerned, it says, the High Mountain tribe lost their greatest weapon, the Spear of Haln High Mountain himself, long ago to a magically corrupted monstrosity. They want you to go to Stormheim, kill their nemesis, and reclaim the spear for the fight against the Legion. So we're going to be picking up a weapon called Talonclaw, which is a polearm, and it has the secondary stats of critical strike and mastery. And it says when you equip it, it reduces the cooldown of exhilaration by 5 seconds each time you kill successfully. So it's going to be really nice because it's going to give us a nice little heal that we can use a little bit more often. So that would be cool. And since we're in melee, we're probably going to take a little bit more damage. Alright, so let's see what she has to say here. So you have the option, again, to switch weapons if you'd like to. But we're going to go ahead and stick with our spear. It says, Weapons of Legend. Excellent. Let's get started. One of my friends here will assist you in your pursuit of the artifact. When you return, we shall speak at greater length. There is much for us to do.
Be careful.
Alright, so it says, speak with me again when you return to Dalaran. We have much to discuss. Alright, so we have a Pata High Mountain over here, which is a giant cow lady. She's enormous. It says, the Spear in the Shadow. Many years ago, a corrupted Night Saber stalked and killed many High Mountain. Our great chieftain of that time took the Spear of the High Mountain, a relic from Haln High Mountain himself, and chased the beast and never returned. I have learned of a powerful Night Saber that lives in the midst of Tideskorn Harbor in Stormheim, and I believe this to be our ancient foe. The relic must be there too. If we can kill it and reclaim the spear, it will be of great use against the Legion. Alright, so my quest objectives here are to deal with High Mountain's bane. So let's go ahead and do that. So it says, take Apata's hippogriff to the harbor. Let's follow this big cow lady right here. She is no joke. So it seems like a lot of these things we end up at Krass's Landing and then flying somewhere else. Pretty typical. Let's go ahead and put a pet on too, or not a pet, but a mount, because I have a feeling we're probably going to need it. Zoom out a little bit too. A little close. Alright, so we're going to hop on Apata's hippogriff here, which is just a typical Argent hippogriff it looks like. I wonder if that's a placeholder, or maybe in the future they're going to end up with something else. I'd assume they would. Alright, so it looks like we're going to take a little quick, nice little quick flight. We're going to end up porting to Stormheim, which is a little bit faster than actually taking the whole flight path. And it says, Wuho should have located a good spot to start. Wait for the signal, then regroup at the landing site. And Apata says, I hope he didn't go after the beast himself. Well, he probably did, because we're taking forever to get there. So we'll have to see. Alright, so right now we're going to be looking for his actual flare and see if we can locate that somewhere. And it says, there's a signal. Let us land and see what he has found out. Okay, so right there it is. I see his little flare in the air, kind of blinking. Not these guys over here, but that flare. And then Apata's glowing on the ground. Well, she landed fast. Alright, she's got standing next to Wuho. It says, that was easier than expected. Most of the Cavaldeer must be off raiding. Do you two have a plan? Wuho, have you found the monster? Woo-ho, have you found it? I have not seen it, but it is the one we seek. The Kvaldir here are afraid of a giant cat that has made its lair in the deep swamps. They have built a set of wards that bar the way. There must be a way across. Woo-ho, tell me everything while our friend investigates the harbor. Wex, if you would like to know more, I will tell you what I know. Okay, well, let's see what you know here. It says, we will need to take this carefully. Is there anything you would like to know? Yeah, I'd like to hear about this spear. Or not? How about tell me about the bane of the high mountain? Tell me this story, Apata. Alright, so it appears that they haven't actually added this dialogue in yet, so I'm assuming this one doesn't work either, which is how to get there. What is this place? Man, she's just giving me the cold shoulder. That's crazy. Alright, what did I do to you? So we're going to go ahead and investigate this Tideskorn harbor over here, and it looks like we might have to kill this Mist Hunter Basilisk on the way, so let's go ahead and do that. So you got some really cool abilities. You've got this nice thing called Flanking Strike now, which actually does a pet damage and melee damage at the same time. So you strike at the same time, which is very cool. And then we've got a Laceration ability and then Mongoose Bite as well. So, and I'll check here in a second. I'm going to use my pretty new sweet Harpoon ability. Let's see. Let's go ahead and use it on this guy and see what it does. Nice. So it just pulls you right over to him. That's pretty awesome. It has a nice little, like, sounds like a serpent sound, or maybe it's just the blade cutting through the air. Either way, it's very cool. Alright, Elder Runecarver. Something is stirring in the shadows. Activate the ward stones. Alright, so this guy is serious business here. So let's go ahead and go on there, and we're going to interrupt that ability called Banishment right there, because I have a feeling that that is not a friendly one. Alright, so he's dropping Storm Bolts on me here. No big deal. I'm just going to throw a trap down, since you kind of have some dead time in between your... Oh, I got stunned. In between your melee abilities, you have time to actually drop traps, which is awesome, by the way. Okay, so it says, steal the ward stone now that the warder is taken care of. Alright, so let's go ahead and right-click on this ward stone and obtain it. Alright, so it looks like there's a little zappy thing on the ground right there. What's going to happen? Oh, yeah, lightning strike. So it looks like we probably shouldn't stand in that. So what do we have to do now? It says, obtain 3 more activated ward stones. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to spear myself up there because I don't feel like walking. Very cool. Let's go ahead and take these guys out. You have a couple right here, and we have this ability called Carve, which actually does kind of like an AoE carve in front of you to take them out. So it does a little bit of splash damage, which is going to be pretty nice to have. So you'll be able to know when to switch between the two. Oh, can't interrupt that. That stinks. It's alright. So we're going to head on over to this other ward stone over here. See if we can just sneak past this guy. Go ahead and spear myself over to this one. Hit you up with a little couple cleaves right there and a couple Mongoose Bites. There we go. And see if we can Flanking Strike you, which we can. Looks like we switched targets by accident there. So let's go ahead and go back to the one who's almost dead. There we go. So it's almost like you have to watch this. It moves up. Your focus up here moves up about like energy does. So you're going to have to watch that just a little bit. So takes some getting used to. Take down this Mist Warder. So again, remember, if you're doing this quest, you probably want to interrupt that imprisonment that he does on you. And let him go ahead and cast his bolts there. Yeah, that banishment needs to go down. There we go. We got him before he banished us here. So let's go ahead and pick up another weight stone. Or ward stone here. Thinking waystones because it's what we're doing in Legion right, or not Legion, but Warlords right now with our Mage Towers. So there we go. Got another stone over here. So I'm just throw a trap on this guy because I want to. See if we can kill him a little bit faster. I'm gonna wait until he's almost done casting Banishment before I interrupt it, so maybe we can get a little bit more damage on him and take him out before he casts it again. I have a feeling he's going to get another one off. Yep, he's going to get me. Alright, so we got stunned here for a couple seconds. Bam, Flanking Strike. Pet Bite and Spear to the face. Take that. Okay, so our second Runic Wardstone has been taken. And we can probably just skip past all these other guys and just go right over to this one. So let's go ahead and Harpoon Strike right on over there. Oh, it didn't pull me. Glitched a little bit there. And I got stunned because of it. That's okay. Glitches are to be expected in an alpha test, for sure. That's why we test it, so we can put our feedback in here. So we'll interrupt that banishment though, so I should be okay not to get banished for the rest of this duration. There we go. Take this last runic warstone. So it looks like we have about a 1.5 second cooldown on our global cooldown here for our stuff. So it says Apata and Wuho are out near. What does it say? It says they're out near the wards. Find them and find a way to breach the wards. So we're gonna go speak with Apata, which means she's probably back over here somewhere. Yep, there she is over there. So let's go ahead and head on over there. Doesn't look like there's any mobs on the way. Oh, there they are. They're kind of hiding out a little bit. So let's see if I can sneak past them without actually aggroing anything. That'd be nice. Nope, I got something. So we gotta kill this. This is a nasty looking basilisk here. It says, "Be gone from here," and it says, "Calm yourself, Wuho. To even see the spear would be something to remember. Look, our friend returns." Yeah, thanks for helping me kill that, by the way. Just, you know, letting me take all the brunt of everything there. So I'm in combat again, so that's okay. It says, "We were just about to come find you. The wards block off the whole northern shallows. Don't worry, I have a solution." "Ah, you found something in that nightmarish village?" "I found these runes that can get through the wards." And by found, I mean completely stolen from everybody. "We can use them with the harpoons and cross the barrier." Wonderful. I can just attach them here on each one of these, I'm assuming. And she says, "It is done. Let's get it across now." So let's go ahead and click on this magic harpoon and see what happens. Oh, nice. It just kind of throws it across and kind of like make a bridge across. Well, that's awesome. Alright, so here we have Apata High Mountain again. It says, "Follow Apata." It said, "It is quiet here," in her best cow voice. I can't sense any beasts here at all," Wuho says. Yeah, it does look kind of barren here. There's no real mobs anywhere. That's strange. It says, "Wait, I feel we are being watched." Are we? Oh, looks like there's a little bit of cinematic that's going on here. We have Dakar. It says, "Apata High Mountain. It is here. Anshe, protect us. High Mountain's bane, Dakar." Alright. Interesting. Alright, so stage 9 says, "Dakar is sending illusionary stalkers to you. Defend yourselves." And Apata says, "Defend yourselves." Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Here they come. I'm going to throw down one of these traps. There we go. Take them out a little bit faster if we do that. There we go. Cleave them a little bit. So the illusions are stealthing. Anyone got a flare? Yeah, I'll throw down a flare. There we go. Oh, that one was stealth. Interesting. So it looks like they stealth in combat. That's pretty awesome. I wonder if I'm going to get a sweet ability that lets me do that. And lets me continue attacking. Alright. Oh, looks like my wolf's attacking something there, but my flare's down. Let's throw another one down and see if we can get something else to pop out. Oh, there he is. There we go. Finish that one off. Alright, so... Oh, we've got some more coming back here. Let's take these guys out, too. Hopefully my flare doesn't wear off. It says, "These illusions are stealthing. Anyone have a flare?" Alright, so there we go. We'll throw that down. Some sweeping strikes. We'll throw our explosive trap down, too, do a little bit more damage. There we go. Strike him at the same time. Alright. We'll just wait on some energy. Stage 10. Dakar hides in a deep mist. Go in them and lay traps to catch him. It says, "It went into the deep patch of mist. It could be anywhere in there. Hero, do you think you could have a trap strong enough to grab the beast so we can kill it? Perhaps something explosive to disperse the mists. We are right behind you, Master Trapper. Run in and we will defend you while you set up." Okay, so I get to do all the hard work and you guys get to stand back here and watch me and defend me. Okay, let's see how good you do here. Well, it looks like I'm getting my butt bitten by this Dakar here. So it says, "It claws at us from the mist. Hurry. We hold them off until the trap is sprung." Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to throw a flare down because I have a feeling that they're going to be hiding out again here. So we're going to do a little arc. There we go. These illusions are stealthing. Anyone have a flare? Yeah, I have one right there. It's already down. So we have to wait for that to come down. I'll throw another one down. There we go. Alright, it looks like the mist dissipates, revealing Dakar in the trap. So let's go ahead and take her out real quick. Ooh, knocked us back. Wooho, no! Alright, says my brother. I should have never brought you. Oh, is he supposed to be dead over there? He didn't exactly die. He's just standing there on the ground. It says, you shall be avenged. We must finish this. Follow the monster. Alright, so let's go over here. Alright, so we're back here, and it says, these wounds, they do not heal. We must finish this quickly. Alright, so let's go ahead and head on over here and see if we can go do this. See what happens. Let me go ahead and pull my wolf back out, too. There we go. So we had to do a little bit of a cut of a video there in order to get this to work. So hopefully this is going to work. It says, we cannot fight until you drop the trap. Hurry! It says, hold them off until the trap is sprung. Alright, so I'm going to drop this flare here because I have a feeling they're going to need to. Let's go ahead and throw it on this trap too. There we go. Take these guys out. No big deal. You illusionary stalker, you're going down. Alright, it says the mist dissipates, revealing Hakar in the trap. Or Dakar, not Hakar. We are not in ZG. Out of range. It says it's over for me. You must finish this. It says, oh, that's what she just said. And it looks like he's running back somewhere. He's running away from us. We're kicking his butt. It says, in the foul monster, find our tribe's relic. Alright, so let's go find it. I have a feeling that we're just going to follow him into that cave and kick his butt. The relic's going to be in there. It says, Dakar has fled to the true lair, but it is too weak to hide behind fog. Finish him in his lair. Sounds good to me. Alright, what is my new thing? It says, cannot heal past 50% health. Well, that's not good. Looks like there's a bunch of dead guys around here. A bunch of skeletons laying on the ground. So, he's been having his fill of everybody. Those other guys we just fought earlier with the ward stones. So, Lair of the Beast. Alright, so there is Dakar. So, let's go ahead and throw it on a flare. Because I have a feeling he's going to start stealthing. And we're going to throw it on a trap just because. Because I want to. There we go. A couple mongoose bites. There we go. This guy is no joke, though. There's a lot of health. But he's not posing too much of a problem here. There we go. Oh, he disappeared, so of course. Let's drop another flare. Final stage. A foul beast is dead, and the path to the spear is open. Take up Talonclaw. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's click on this guy right here. Talonclaw. Heck yeah. Looks awesome with the spear like that. Very cool. It says, I sense your destiny is tied to that of the ancient night elf who started you on this journey. I can send you back to the city in the sky. Fight well. $N. May Talonclaw serve you well. I think that's supposed to be %N, but that's okay. They'll probably need to correct that little guy right there. So let's go take this portal to $N. Because we need to go speak with Jade Claw again. I think that was her name. It's right on over there. Because she is the one who originally sent us on the mission. Remember, she sent us on the mission with the bird. It says, Lady Sylvanas Windrunner, to that end, my fleet is preparing to sail for the Broken Isles. When you set foot in the Stormheim, you shall have your full power of the Forsaken at your back. Not exactly sure what that means. That's probably from somebody else's quest. We've had some overlap happening because of that. So, alright, so the Spear in the Shadow. It says, so the Bane of the High Mountain is dead and Talonclaw is recovered. I'm sorry to hear about Apata and Wuho. They will be missed greatly in the conflict to come. Well, yeah, well, they were pretty weak, so. On Eagle's Wings. Since ancient times, my order has stood vigil on the Broken Isles, watching for the Legion's return. Only a handful of us remain, but that changes today. The artifact you hold is more than a weapon. It is a symbol that will unite hunters of all kingdoms and creeds. I'm sure you will have questions. Meet me at True Shot Lodge in High Mountain and see with your own eyes what awaits us. Snowfeather and I will make our way there. Okay, so I'm going to meet Emerald Shade Warden at True Shot Lodge in High Mountain. So it's Shade Warden. That's what her name was. Okay. Let's do that. So it says I have the ability to speak with the Flight Master optionally and probably fly there. Or I can just meet her at True Shot Lodge. So I think we're just going to fly there. That's probably going to be the best way. Let's hop on this real quick. Oh, I can get on my mount. Forgot you couldn't mount inside there. They still haven't changed that. So let's talk to this guy. And I need to fly to Talon Peak. Alright, so it says you do not have any flight paths connected to this. Alright, so that's not very good. But down here it has my Dalaran. And then it should have somewhere up here, you would think, the ability to fly to the True Shot Lodge. So there it is, up here, like True Shot Lodge, way up here at the top. So look at the map, it's pretty screwed up right now because it's alpha. So we're just going to fly there and see what happens. Let's see if it teleports us or if we just do a nice slow flight path on the way there. Because it looks like our Griffin may fall out of the sky if he doesn't flap his wings too much faster than that. And it looks like we're actually probably going to take the long way by actually flying there. That's okay. We can get a little bit of scenery on the way. And we can talk about some of the abilities that the hunters have. Some of the talents and whatnot while we wait on the flight. And take a look at the landscape. So down here, this is Suramar. And it's a city, and it's not quite finished yet, as you can see. It looks like it still has the textures that need to be added to it. So I know that if we try to go there during the, like if you try to swim there or anything like that, it actually ports you out and says you shouldn't be there. So that's what typically happens if you try to go there. But you can see it's actually a pretty big town down there, and you have some different things going on there. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool in of itself. Yeah, see these little towers are completely unfinished. It says the Water Gardens. And you got a couple statues right there on the left and right. So pretty neat. But it looks like we're going to be flying quite a ways. So let's take a look and see what we have here. So for those of you who haven't looked at the abilities yet, the 5 that I was using today in order to fight all of the mobs that I was fighting here is I was using something called Raptor Strike. So we have that. And that has it doesn't have a cooldown or anything like that, but it does cost 25 focus. And then we have Flanking Strike, which has a 6-second cooldown. Alright, and this is the one that you and your pet attack at the same time, and you do damage simultaneously. It says if the target's attacking you, your pet's attack will do 50% increased damage and threat. If not, your attack will do 50% increased damage. So it doesn't matter really, I guess, which one's attacking. I don't know what if there's ways to change that. Maybe like if you do more damage than your pet for that extra damage, maybe you'll feign death and then use it. You know, stuff like that. That may be able to get a little bit more bonus damage for that while your pet is taking aggro from the mob. It says Flanking Strike has double the normal chance to trigger Hunting Companion. So that's cool. And then we have an ability called Mongoose Bite, which you guys all remember, and it's a brutal attack, and it does a little bit of physical damage. It says that each consecutive Mongoose Bite dealt within 3.5 seconds of the last will deal 50% increased damage, and it stacks up to 6 times. So that's pretty cool. That's why when you're using that, what the best way to do that is to alternate between that and then something else for the global cooldown. That way you can save it, you can get that stack, and you don't necessarily use up your charges quite as fast. So that's pretty cool. Alright, well that wasn't too bad. It didn't take as long as I thought it would, so we didn't get through too many abilities, but those are some of the primary ones that you're going to use here. You have Carve, which does a sweeping attack, and then Lacerate, which has a 10-second cooldown, which wounds the target damage over time. So that's pretty cool too.
Hello.
Alright, so it says on eagle wings. It says, I've observed your skills for some time, Wex. Watched you from a distance. And it says Emerald furrows her brow. Wait, that sounds a little creepy. Sorry, my social skills are a tad rusty. Let me start again. Our order has been on the lookout for hunters who could lead the unseen path into a new era. No one is more qualified for that role than you. Well, thanks so much, Miss Shade Warden. That's very nice words. And it says, the unseen path. For 1,000 years, the unseen path has watched and waited. We remained few in number, quietly acting behind the scenes when Azeroth needed us. Only a select few even knew our group existed. But the time for lingering in the shadows is over. Before we begin our work, you should hear more about the unseen path. Alright, so we're going to hear more about the unseen path. It says, please walk with me, Wex. Alright, we're going to walk. Let's actually walk. How about that? We'll do a little bit of an RP walk here. It says, the unseen path was founded after the War of the Ancients and to safeguard the people of Azeroth. From these broken isles, we watched for the Legion's return. Oh, so you were waiting for this to happen, I see. It says, as we arrived here to build the True Shot Lodge, the Eagle Spirit, Onara, appeared and gave her blessing. From that day forth, we called this mountain Talon Peak. Alright. Over the centuries, most of the fellow Watchers have been lost. The few of us remaining sought out heroes worthy to heed the call when the unseen path was needed once again. It says, the Silver Covenant stands with you. The Far Striders vow to fight at your side. It says, the unseen path will be stronger than ever before.
What brings you?
The Legion has returned, and the unseen path needs new blood, new leadership. The weapon you hold is proof there is no one better suited for this task. We will take up. Will you take up this mantle? Will you fulfill the oath my order took so long ago? Heck yes, I will. It says Oath of Service. Assembled before you are many of our world's greatest archers, rangers, beastmasters, and trappers, ready to fight the Legion as one. It is time to take your first step in becoming a true leader of hunters. We gather at the fire pit and take our oaths of service before the statue of Onara. Touch the statue and kneel before it while I recite the oath, and the unseen path will be reborn. So I'm going to, for this one, we're going to kneel before the eagle statue and pledge your service to the unseen path. Well, I already told you I would, so I probably should. So this is our eagle statue here, which is pretty cool. So let's walk on up to that. Looks like we need to right-click on it. Oh, I'm kneeling inside of it. That's pretty creepy. That's okay. Hopefully they'll fix that. I had to get pretty close for this to work. It says, we are the watchers of the wild. We are the eagle on the end. We walk the lonely road, for ours is the unseen path. Up in the sky, behold, Onara, the spirit of the eagle, has returned. Wow, let's see. Oh, nice. It's like a griffin spirit up there. Griffin eagle spirit. That's pretty cool. All right. So it says, it's so beautiful. Onara has not appeared to us since the Order's founding. This is surely a sign that you are guiding us. The unseen path will triumph over the Legion.
Good luck.
Of course it will. It says a strong right hand. Even with the support of your fellow hunters, the crusade against the Legion will consume much of your time and attention. It is war you cannot fight alone. I first served our Order's founder, Nemuria Gladsong, probably is what that is, acting as her eyes and ears when she was needed elsewhere. It would be my honor to do the same for you, Wex. I pledge my loyalty to you and to the unseen path for all my days. Oh, well, that's pretty amazing. I just met you about 30 minutes ago, but that's fine. Altar of the Eternal Hunt. Now that you've rallied hunters from across Azeroth together, it's time to turn your attention to the battle against the Burning Legion. Within the True Shot Lodge is the Altar of the Eternal Hunt. It is an ancient relic alive with old magic, and I believe it can be used to infuse your weapon with even greater might. Go inside the lodge and speak to Altar Keeper Bane, who can instruct you in its use. Alright, so my quest objectives here are to speak to Altar Keeper Bane inside the True Shot Lodge. Let's go ahead and do that. This Beastmaster lady here is huge. That's funny.
Out with it!
She's an angry lady too, so this is pretty cool. It's kind of like a lodge in the hills up here. That makes sense for a hunter. He says, I pledge my axes and my pets to your cause, Wex. Well, geez, thanks, Rexar. So Rexar's kind of hanging out with you here. That's pretty cool. And here's Misha, who is a pretty funny-looking bear. She's not funny-looking. I shouldn't say that. That's not very nice, but she looks different than a typical bear. That makes sense. She has her own perfect model here, or her own personal model. And then Huffer over here is his boar pet as well. And if you guys don't know Rexar, he's our resident Orc Batman, if you can't tell. Right there, Mr. Orc Batman. Anyway. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and head into the lodge real quick. We have an under construction sign there because everything's always under construction here in Alpha. And it says, the Sentinels stand ready to assist you. That's cool. We got some, looks like some bullseyes over here to shoot at in Lorik Fielding. It says, the Dark Lady has lent her rangers to your cause, Pathfinder. Alright. So let's go ahead and head in here real quick. Wow, this is an awesome looking lodge. Something sweet in the mountains. I know exactly what this would smell like. Nice, the wood everywhere and everything. Very cool. All right, so this is Altar Keeper Bane. It says, where did this altar come from? The altar acts as a focus for ancient powers, the wild gods, the keepers, even elven wells of magic. Certain artifacts can be infused by such powers to become even more potent. The weapon you carry is such an artifact. Think of this altar as a conduit to those primordial forces. Make use of it whenever you are able, for you'll need every advantage to lead us against the Legion. Against the Legion, yes. Alright, so he says, may the eagle spirit guide your hand. So it says, greetings, Wex. It will be my honor to assist you with your artifact. Infused with power. The weapon you hold will strike a potent blow against the Legion. But the demons are restless. Just as your battle tactics grow and evolve, so must your weapon. The altar before you courses with ancient magic and is alive with the skill and dedication of the hunters who have used it through the ages. Place your artifact weapon upon it, and over time, you will awaken the full potential of your weapon. So my quest objectives here are to use the altar to imbue your artifact weapon with new power. So we're just going to click on our altar here. And it says Talonclaw, Spear of the Wild God. So here's a good look at what the spear actually looks like. So it's pretty cool looking. This is a base model, so there's going to be all kinds of transmogs you can do for it, but it definitely looks cool in and of itself on its own. It actually looks something that would be like from Mist of Pandaria a little bit too. So, but it's still cool looking nonetheless. And you have a couple slots up here, a couple relic slots. You have one that says Wind Artifact Relic slot, which is infuses a wind relic here to augment your weapon. And then we have an iron artifact relic slot, which infuses an iron relic to augment your weapon. So we don't have either one of these right now, but what we do have is 100% 100 artifact power. And we have an ability down here called Fury of the Eagle. It says strike all enemies in a cone, dealing damage to them. This ability is empowered by stacks of Mongoose Bite. So that means it's going to be stronger. So you're going to want to stack up your Mongoose Bite and then use Fury of the Eagle. That's very cool. So let's go ahead and take that. And it unlocks all of the other abilities that we have here on our spear. So it's in a nice, cool shape of a spear here. So let's go ahead and go through these real quick and just take a quick look at them. We won't go over them too much. It says Sharpened Beak, 3 ranks. It says it's a passive and it increases the damage of your Mongoose Bite by 3%. So more damage is always good. Raptor's Cry, it increases the damage of your Raptor Strike by 5%. Again, more damage is great. We have Hell Carver, which has 3 ranks and is a passive. And it says Carve increases the damage by 3% for each target hit. That's cool. My Beloved Monster. So this is a passive. It says increases the critical strike chance of flanking strike by 3%. So that ability to let your pet strike at the same time as you do. Okay, that's going to do a little 3% more critical strike chance there. So what else do we have? We have this guy right here. It says Strength of the Mountain. There's 3 ranks. It's a passive. It says it increases your physical damage by 2%. So that'll probably stack up to 6%. Again, these are all of additional damage. So you're just going to get stronger and stronger as this goes on. You have Exhilaration of Joy, which reduces the cooldown of Exhilaration by 5 seconds each time you kill successfully. So that'll be nice to have. You can heal more often. It says Hunter's Guile. It's 3 ranks here. It's a passive. It says reduces the cooldown of your traps by 20%. So that'd be awesome. Does it actually reduce it all the way down to by 60%, or maybe it'll just go up to a little bit lower, or a little bit lower than that? Maybe it'll be like 30% or 35 or something. It'd be awesome if it's 60% though. That'll make you drop traps like crazy. And then you have this big ability here called Aspect of the Skylord, and it has 1 rank. It's a passive, and it says Aspect of the Eagle now also increases your damage by 30% while active. And Aspect of the Eagle is your 2-minute cooldown that increases the critical strike chance of all skills for you and your pet by 10% and increases your chance to gain charges of Mongoose Bite by 100% for 10 seconds. So that'll be awesome. You'll be doing 30% more damage while you're doing that. Definitely something you want to have. And it says Embrace of the Wild. It has 3 ranks. It says it reduces the damage taken by 3%. And there's 3 ranks. And you have There She Blows, which is a passive, and it says Harpoon's cooldown is reset when you kill or disengage. Oh, that's pretty neat. And then you have From Behind, which this is another big ability, and it has 1 rank. It's a passive. When your pet generates a charge of Mongoose Strike, you gain 5% crit for 6 seconds. So you're going to be doing lots more damage when you get that. So pairing that with your Aspect of the Eagle here, where you have a 100% chance to get Mongoose Bite for 10 seconds, with the increased 30% damage from Aspect of the Skylord, is going to be a large amount of damage for that cooldown. So that'll be really nice to have once you have those 2 things unlocked. So we have Jagged Claws up here, which has 3 ranks, and it's a passive. It says it increases the bleed damage of your laceration by 3%, so more damage for your dot. Fluffy Go, okay, which increases the haste of your pet by 5%. That's cool. So you're going to probably end up being able to stack up to 15% there. And you have Superior Trapper, which has 3 ranks. It says increases the size of your traps by 10%. Well, that'll be really nice. If that increases up by 30%, your slowing traps are going to be really handy for not only PvP but also for raids. So that's going to be a cool one to have. And then your final large ability here is Hunter's Fortune. It has 1 rank, and it says Harpoon applies on the trail, a unique damage over time effect that deals 0 damage for over 12 seconds and is refreshed by auto attacks. Okay, so you're going to want to use that when you start. I'm assuming it's not going to do 0 damage over 12 seconds. They probably just haven't decided on exactly what it's going to be, but that's going to be cool too. So there's some really neat abilities. Looks like they're mostly damaging abilities in there, which is going to make hunters ramp up very nicely as the expansion goes along. So this says, Wondrous! The growing power of your artifact will strike fear into the hearts of the demon army. You know it. So it says Tactical Matters here is the name of the quest, and it says now that your artifact is ready, it's time to plan your first strike against the Legion. Speak with Tactician Tinderfell, our expert on such matters. So for the quest objectives here, we're going to speak to Tactician Tinderfell in the True Shot Lodge.
Be careful.
So we're going to go right on through here, and it looks like Tinderfell is just over here to the left. So this lodge is pretty cool. Let's see what's up this before we go out there. Oh, it looks like our Dalaran portal's up there. Okay, so we have our Dalaran portal up there, and then some really cool things in this lodge on the walls. It's not a huge place, but it is definitely neat and feels very much like a hunter.
Ahead.
So it says, "Hail, Pathfinder. It will be my honor to aid you in the fight against the Legion." Well, thanks a lot, Tinderfell. I expect you to help. It says the campaign begins. The Legion believes we are still reeling from our loss on the Broken Shore. Let's prove them wrong. Our scouts have mapped out the Broken Isles, learning everything we can about each region for our imminent assault. Choose where to strike first, and you will lead the Unseen Path's efforts personally. When you have made your decision, I will teach you how to call upon the Eagle Spirit to return you here. So it says, my quest objectives are to choose an initial map assault point on the command map, and then I'm going to get Call Eagle Spirit. So let's go ahead and click on this. And it actually lets us pick which one of these starting zones to go to. And since we're in High Mountain, we could go ahead and pick here. And it says, our sources tell us that a High Mountain Torn emissary has recently arrived in Dalaran. We don't know his intentions, but his people could be in valuable contact in the region. Khadgar is greeting the emissary at Crassus Landing in Darnassus. You should seek him out. The Kirin Tor mages have created a permanent portal for us that can take us there quickly. So we're going to speak to Warbrave Oro at Crassus Landing in Dalaran. So it appears that this is the same for multiple classes there. So there we go. We're going to turn this in, and we're going to get our Call of the Eagle. And it says, excellent choice. The campaign against the Legion has begun. The wings of the Eagle Spirit can carry you back to the True Shot Lodge at your command. I will teach you how to call upon it. So we're going to click on this.
We will have justice.
The portal to Dalaran is above the hall entrance. Take the ramp up. Alright, so the ability that we just got here was Call Eagle Spirit, which I think is just your teleport to here, which makes sense because that's when you get it, is when you start this this whole campaign here. So I think that pretty much wraps up our artifact quest here for our survival hunter. So again, let's take another quick look at this spear and what it looks like equipped. So we're going to zoom in a little bit. So there you go. It holds it just like a traditional spear. Nothing too crazy about it. It matches your starting gear here, which is pretty cool. And I think that's why they went with the color scheme there. But I definitely like it. I think it was fun to get. It was cool having to actually use some hunter abilities that you typically don't have to use in most of the PvE quests, at least not very often, where you have to throw down your flare in order to fight targets, and they were stealthing around and all of that, and the mists and whatnot. So it definitely felt like I was tracking and hunting that, and since I'm supposed to be this master tracker, trapper, you know, it really did kind of feel like that as I was going through and trying to find that Dakar to get my my spear right here, which is awesome. So again, remember, it has a crit mastery on it, and it reduces the cooldown of your exhilaration by 5 seconds each time you kill something successfully. So the Talonclaw is definitely a hunter weapon, without a doubt. So it just reminds me back in vanilla when they're like, oh, polearm drop, hunter weapon, staff drop, hunter weapon. Well, now we actually do have a spear, a polearm, and it is a hunter weapon. So this thing is great. I liked it. I had a lot of fun doing it. We did have a little bit of a glitch there, so if you're watching through the video, you probably saw where I had to actually do a little bit of editing to get that part out, because I had to relog and log back in to get it to work. But I'm sure that's just an issue for alpha, and I haven't seen too many reports of that. It may have been just because of the latest build or the latest refresh. So I did like it a lot, though. I thought it was a lot of fun. You did lose a couple companions along the way, but that was all right, because we were able to finally get the spear in the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video as much as I liked doing the video. And if you guys have any comments about the video or any comments about the quest, or you want to know anything about it, please just type in the comments below. I love reading comments about it. I love reading how you guys feel about these artifact quests in and of themselves, because we can always, you know, make suggestions for changes, and I really want to do that. If you guys think that there's something that needs to be changed, I'd love to, you know, try to put my name on the alpha forums for anything that we might want to update, or see if there's anything that you guys feel maybe feel a little bit more like you're a hunter in this case or something like that. But I thought it was pretty good, because you did have to track the beast and then kill the beast, and you killed it hand to hand, so that was really fun. So I hope you guys liked it. If you want to watch any of my other videos, please do so. I try to post them nearly every single day. If you subscribe to my channel, you're going to get the updates regularly, so feel free to do that. And take a look at some of the other videos we've done now. We've got some Boomkin videos. We've got actually a lot of the classes up right now. We've got the Paladin video and some Affliction Warlocks and some other classes too. So take a look at those, and soon hopefully we'll be getting some questing going too, so we'll get some questing videos going up. But I hope you guys had a great time, because I had a great time talking to you guys. And until next time, have a good one.